UK government and Gates Foundation set to host Global Summit on Family Planning. 120 million more women get access to contraceptive services by the year 2020. Good evening and welcome to the White Ribbon Alliance Citizens Voice. I am Tonte, Ibraye. Tonight we are reporting from London in the lead-up to the Family Planning Summit organized by the UK government and the Gates Foundation. The objective of the summit is to mobilize commitments to ensure that 120 million more women and girls have access to contraception by the year 2020. Later, I'll be speaking with youth coordinators Mahfuza Rahman from Bangladesh and Chibula Kabudula from Zambia to get their perspective. But first, let's go to Minister Stephen O'Brien, who we spoke with earlier.
There's no question that the most pressing challenge we have for particularly young women, but also for both young women and young men, and indeed for the population at large, is how to ensure that they have access to good sexual reproductive health. If you base your family planning processes on women's choice, women's health, birth spacing, when, whether, how many and where to have children, and above all their empowerment, that will lift so many people out of poverty, particularly young women. It'll give them the chance to have very economically active lives, but above all, it'll give them their choice and their health, and it will be better for families generally.
We also had the opportunity to speak with Tewodros Melesse, Director General of the International Planned Parenthood Federation.
What about giving a good incentive and tax break for family planning, which is the center of the human development? How about saving so many women from dying of giving birth? There are so many women who are dying in giving life. That's not acceptable. There are women who die due to complications of abortion. And family planning can enable young people to go through, to finish their school, to be healthy, and the nation needs, any nation needs a very productive and healthy population.
The summit is coming at a critical time because we know that family planning saves lives. If 120 million more women and girls get access to contraceptives, this will prevent 200,000 needless deaths in pregnancy and childbirth. We know that family planning changes lives. Reducing unintended pregnancies leads to fewer girls dropping out of school. The longer children stay in school, the higher their lifetime earnings will be. We know that family planning empowers women to decide if and when to have a child. We know it makes economic sense. We must hold our leaders accountable. I'm now joined in the studio by Mahfuza Rahman from Bangladesh and Chibula Kabudula from Zambia. You're welcome, Mahfuza.
Thank you.
What is the situation like for young girls in Bangladesh?
Actually, if the young boys or girls are married, then they have more access for contraception or family planning service on sexual and reproductive health issues. But if they are unmarried, they haven't any access for information and service for contraception or any sexual and reproductive health issues.
Let's go to Chibula. Chibula, what will additional services do for young girls in Zambia?
Really, it's going to help a lot. Thanks so much, Ibraye. It's really going to help a lot because a lot of young people are facing this problem of accessing family planning, but PPAZ is really doing the best to make this open to all young people. Young people only want to access family planning after their first child, but then we have to make it open to say it's open for every young person, even before your first child.
What are the expectations you have from your government?
I really expect my government to put in, not only putting in commitments, but also working hard for those commitments that my president and my government is going to say.
Oh, wonderful. So thank you so much, Mahfuza and Chibula, for coming to White Ribbon Alliance Citizens Voice.
Thank you so much as well for inviting us.
Now, we really want to hear your voices. Join us on Twitter and Facebook. Thank you.